Just like animal. Animal does not know what is the aim of life. That is ignorance. And passion is power, creative power, or working for sense gratification. That is called passion. And goodness means knowledge. One can see what is what. We have discussed in the last class how one becomes liberated. Tada puruso atmanam kirgunam pratite param nirantaram samir jyoti animanam akhambitam. We are minute particle of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Mamaivaamsa jiva bhuta. We are not Krishna, but Krishna's part, minute part. That minute part also we have discussed. 1/10,000 part of the upper portion of the hair. Kechagva sadhubhavasya sadhuthapavitasya. So when we realize this, that I am not God, but I am godly. I have got the quality of God. I have given the example also, just like the sea and the drop of water of the sea. So chemically, the drop of water of the sea is the same quality. There is no change of taste or other chemical composition. Similarly, we should understand fully that we are simply qualitatively one with God, but quantitatively God is great and we are very minute part. This is self-realization. Therefore, part and parcel, Mamaivaamsa jiva bhuta, the all living entities, Krishna says, they are my part and parcel. Part and parcel, we have several times explained. Just like in my body, there are different parts. But the business of the part is to satisfy the center point stomach. The leg is working, the hand is working, the eyes, the ears, everyone is working. Why working? To satisfy the stomach. In Hindi they have paid tasks. So similarly, we should work for Krishna. Because we are part and parcel of Krishna. Therefore, we should work for Krishna. I can repeat the same story again. Udarendriya, the Indriyas, the different parts of the body, because they are working hard, and the stomach within the abdomen, he is simply eating. So they went on strike. We shall no more work. This part is only simply, this man is simply eating, and we shall not work. They stopped work. The Indriyas, they stopped work. Gradually they became weak. So when next meeting, they saw that we have become weak, therefore again decided that let us supply food to the stomach. This is sense. So this godless society is the industrial society which has forgotten that we have to serve Krishna. That is called dharma sagrani. When the society forgets Krishna and stops Krishna's service, that is called dharma sagrani. Real dharma means the characteristic. Dharma does not mean some rules and regulations. So, just like sugar, the characteristic of sugar is to become sweet. The characteristic of chili means to become hot. If sugar becomes hot and chili becomes sweet, then nobody cares about it. Similarly, our characteristic is to serve Krishna. And when we serve anything other than Krishna, that is our disease condition of life. Just like this hand is meant for picking up something eatable and put it into the mouth. If it is unable to do it, then it is diseased. If the fingers and hand cannot pick up nice food stuff and put into the mouth, then it is disease condition. Similarly, when we are unable to serve Krishna, or we do not serve Krishna, we serving here, that's the fact. We cannot become master. Nobody, can anyone say that his master is not serving anyone? Everyone is serving, that's the fact. Either you are serving your family, society, or country, or office, or so many services. If anyone hasn't got to serve anything, then he picks up a master, a cat and dog and serves it. Because service is my nature. But we are missing where to put this service. That is Krishna. That is Krishna. So when we understand that we are missing, we are serving, but we are having no pleasure. Kamadinam kodithana koditha palita tinditi. We are serving, instead of serving Krishna, I am serving my lustful desires. Kamalova. If I go to serve in the office, I am not going to serve that particular person, provider of the office, but I require some money, therefore I am serving. So I am serving the money, not the person. Therefore it says, Kamaloha, Loha. We serve the service must be. Krishna is the master. Ekola Ishwar Krishna Harsabhrita. Only master is Krishna. And anyone, or demigods, or man, or animal, trees, anything, they are all servants. This is the position. And when one realizes this position, that I am eternal servant of Krishna, part and parcel of Krishna, my duty is to serve Krishna, and then it is called self-realization. Not that aham brahmasmi, I become Bhagavan. How you can become Bhagavan? If you are Bhagavan, if you are actually the supreme powerful, then why you are in miserable condition under Maya? Does Bhagavan comes under Maya? No. Krishna says, Mama Maya. Maya is the made servant of Krishna. And we are servant of Maya. So how we can become Bhagavan? This is common sense. Had I been Bhagavan, then why I become servant of Maya? Therefore, we are engaged in the service of Maya in so many phases and different names. Somebody serving country, somebody serving society, somebody serving family, office, this and so many. This is Maya's sense. Now, when it comes to our senses, that I am so long I was engaged in Maya's service, now I have to engage myself in Krishna's service. That is self-realization. That is described here. Jnana Vairagya Bhakti. Jnana, this is knowledge, that I am servant of Krishna. And nobody is servant. This is Jnana. Because I am in illusion, I am for nothing, without any benefit. I am serving so many kamadinam kutidana, kutidha, palita, dummiti, kamaloha. I am serving this kam, lo, moho, matsarya, but without any benefit, without any pleasure. So when we come to this stage to know, that is called jnana. And as soon as you become jnani, actually, in knowledge, then what is the next stage? Vairagya. No more I am serving anyone. I shall serve only Krishna. That's all. This is called Vairagya. Jnana, Vairagya. That's what in Bhagavad it is said, Vasudevi Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Prayadita Janayati Asu Vairagam Jnanam Chalayitukam. If one is engaged in the service of Vasudeva, Krishna, this knowledge also comes, as it is stated in the Bhagavad Gita. Bhavanam Janmanamante Jnanaman Mam Prabhadat. After many births, if one is actually jnani, seeking after knowledge, then he comes to this conclusion. What is this? Vasudeva Sarvamiti. Some Mahatma. This is Mahatma. No, anyone who is defining Krishna and is trying to become Krishna, he is not Mahatma, he is Duratma. Mahatma means Vasudeva Sarvamiti, and knowing this, Mam Prabhaddate. That is Mahatma. Don't mistake Mahatma, is Mahatma. What is the symptom of Mahatma? Mahatma Rastaman Partha Dvaiti Praditi Mahasita Bhajanti Anandamana. So, Kyakta Bhuta Vimamdana. He is Mahatma. He cannot manufacture Mahatma. This is the qualification of Mahatma. Vasudeva Sarva, who knows that Krishna is everything. Krishnastu Bhagavan Sarva. He is Mahatma. And his business is Mahatma Rastamam Prapta. He is under the Devi Prakriti. There are two kinds of Prakriti. Para Prakriti and Apara Prakriti. Apara Prakriti means this material world. And Devi Prakriti is the spiritual world. So immediately, as soon as he understands this philosophy of life, that I am uselessly serving this material world or the society, friendship, country and so on, so on, without serving Krishna. That is called Jnana, knowledge. And as soon as one comes to this knowledge, that position is called Brahma-bhuta state. Brahma realization. That is stated in the Bhagavad Gita. Brahma-bhuta prasanna. Na suchati na kangati. As soon as one comes to this platform of knowledge, then he becomes prasanna. Oh, why I am serving this nonsense? I forgot that I am a spirit, soul, minute particle of Krishna. My business is to serve Krishna. Just like I have already explained. Part and parcel means serving the whole. That is called part and parcel. Any example you can take in office. There are so many workers, but they are working for satisfaction of the whole. Similarly, the whole is Krishna. Anything, we individually, or anything, they are meant for Krishna's satisfaction. Ishavastamidam sarva, Upanishad. Ishavastamidam sarva. Anyone who has understood that everything belongs to Krishna, Isha. Isha means Krishna. Isha or Ishvara. There are so many Ishvaras or Isha. But Ishvara, real Ishvara is Krishna. Ishvara Parama Krishna. And Krishna also says in the Bhagavad Gita, Matta Paradaram Nanna. There are many Ishvaras or Ishvas. That is all right. But nobody is greater than me. That is Krishna. Krishnastu Bhagavan Sarva. So, this is Jnana. So as soon as one comes to this conclusion, that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, I am Krishna's part and parcel, I have got the same quality as Krishna has got, but he is Prabhu and I am servant. He is master and I am servant. This is perfect knowledge. Then Jnana Vijnana Vittena, Bhakti Vittena. So, Bhakti means when one has attained real Jnana. Without real Jnana, nobody can become Bhakta. The foolish person says Bhakti is meant for Jnana, a less intelligent. No. Bhakti is meant for the most intelligent person. Because Bhunam Janmanamante Jnanavan Mantrapatati. You become experienced, very, very experienced after many, many years. See, it is not many, many years, but many, many births. One actually becomes Jnani. And what is that Jnana? Vasudeva Sarvati. That is that. So long you cannot understand Krishna or Vasudeva, you should understand yourself that you are still fool. You may advertise yourself as very Jnani, but you are fool. That is the Shastric confusion. Because if you are actually Jnani, then you should have surrendered to Krishna. That is also stated in another place in the book. Maya apurita jnana. Namana dushritanam mudha prabhaddante naradhama. Maya apurita jnana. Asri bhavamasri. Who does not surrender to Krishna? These classes are there. What is that? Dushkriti. Always acting sinful activities. Because those who are sinful, they cannot understand Krishna. Bhunam Janmanamant or Jesam Antagatam Papam. One who is completely free from Papa. He can surrender to Krishna. He can be engaged in devotional service. So to become free from Papa, sinful life, one may say that it will take many years. Because Jesam Antagatam Papam Jananam Punnakarvati. Unless we act piously, it is not possible to become free from impious or sinful life. But there is very simple process. What is that process? Krishna says that process. Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam saranam vaja aham tva sarva papi bhavam. Aham tva sarva papi bhavam. If you simply surrender to Krishna, sarva dharma, there are many dharmas or many activities or unseen. Some of them are pious or some of them are impious. There are two kinds. The Krishna says you give up pious and impious both. That is sarva dharma. Because we are acting piously or impiously. So you can give up both pious activities and impious activities. Just like Arjuna. Arjuna was thinking that fighting with my brother, it is impious. So Krishna was insisting that you must fight. So how Arjuna could take impious activities? Because Krishna's service is above these pious and impious activities. That is called sarva dharma parityajya. They say the gopis went to Krishna at midnight by simply hearing the flute of Krishna. So young girl going to Krishna at midnight, this is impious activity. According to Shastra, according to moral, it is impious activity. But because it was done for Krishna, it is understood as the most pious. Who recommends Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? That Ramakati Upasana Prajavadhu Bharga Bija Kalpita. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, as sannyasi, was very, very strict. No woman could come near him to offer respect. He was very strict about women. And now he is saying, Ramakati Upasana Prajavadhu Bharga Bija Kalpita. What can be more wonderful process of worship that as it was conceived by the gopis, the 6 Goswamis also. Gopi bhavarasam mritagirahari kallol magano moho bande rupa sanatana ulagujuno Sri Jiva Gopal. So, although it looks apparently that gopis went to Krishna to dance with him, that is not very moral, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu recommended that is the highest method of worshipping Krishna. So this requires jnana. Therefore, This is called transcendental knowledge. How serving Krishna one becomes transcendental to all these pious and impious activities. That requires knowledge. Manachabya vicharini bhakti yogina jase sagunan samudhittayita dhamma bhuyata. Pious and impious, piety and impiety, they are within these material gunas, qualities, good and bad. And Krishna's service is transcendent, above good and bad. So that is called real knowledge, and if one is fortunate enough to understand this knowledge, then immediately he becomes detached to this material, pious and impious activities. Bhakti parishanubhava virakti anantasya. That is called Vedanta. Jnana Vedanta, Bhakti, Juktena. Without Bhakti, there cannot be Jnana and Vedanta. Actually, the human life is meant for Jnana and Vedanta. But two things, otherwise we remain animal. The animal cannot attain any Jnana, neither animal can attain any Vedanta. That is animal qualification. But a human being, he has the opportunity to come to the stage of Jnana and Vedanta. Jnana means to understand that I am not this material body, I do not belong to this material body, I am spirit soul, I am part and parcel of Krishna, Krishna is the Supreme Spirit, and I belong to the spiritual world. Therefore, my business is to face this material world business and go back to home, back to God. This is the knowledge. Therefore, we have to understand Krishna. If we have to go somewhere, we must know where we are going. Because we are serving here, now another program has to be made to serve Krishna and live there in the spiritual world. So, we have to understand Krishna very nicely. And if you can understand Krishna, Janma karma me dibbam, jo janati tattva. To understand Krishna in truth, that is not very easy task. That is very, very difficult task. Even the muktas cannot understand Krishna. Manusyanam sahasreshu kashti jatati siddha. Siddhi means mukti. Liberation. Kashti jatati. Who is trying for liberation? Nobody is trying. But still, there are somebody who are trying for liberation. So, Krishna says, Jatadamapi siddhana. After being liberated, those who are trying to understand Krishna, some of them can understand Krishna in truth, tattva. Therefore, you have to understand Krishna tattva. What is Krishna? So if you can understand Krishna, Janma karma me dibbam, Krishna says, that if you can understand me, how I come here, how I come, I play the part of a human being and teach the whole world, Bhagavad Gita, what is my mission, why I come, everything, where is my residence, what is my father's name. People are searching after God, and God is canvassing. Please understand me, here I am. But people do not understand. So what God will help? How can He help? He says everything. I come from my Vaikuntha or spiritual world. Yada yada hi dharma satnani bhavati bharata tadatmanam sijamam. At that time I come. And I teach. And what do I teach? Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam saranam. This is dharma. Dharmam tu sakshat bhagavat pranetam. Dharma means the law given by God. That is dharma. You cannot make Hindu dharma, just like you cannot make any law. This is, suppose the government is there. Now you cannot say that we Hindus we have made this law, we Muslims we have made this law, we Parsis we have made this law. No. What law is given by the government, you have to accept. Either you are Hindu, Muslim or Christian, it doesn't matter. Therefore, dharma means to accept the law of God. Not that you manufacture something. Therefore, in the Bhagavad it is said, dharma prodhita koita bhakta, or teaching kind of dharma is rejected, kicked out. Because real dharma is what is given by God. And what God says, Sarva Dharma Parityajya Mamekam. This is real dharma. This is the real dharma. So, we have to learn this. What Krishna says. We have to understand Krishna by tattva, by truth. Then we become liberated. That is called Gyan, Vairag. And as soon as you become learned, scholar about Krishna, then you become immediately detached to this material world. And Jnana Vairagya Yuktena, Bhakti Yuktena. Then real bhakti begins. That is also confirmed in Bhagavad Gita. Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma Nasochati Natankati Samas Sarveshu Bhuteshu Madhu Bhakti Gavate Param. Bhakti begins there where Jnana Vairagya is complete. Not that foolish person, but one can say that in your society there are not many very learned scholars. No, there are not. But even there are poor. Just like the children. The child, he also chants and dances. So, there, he will attain this Jnana and Vairagya. The other day I was asking the boy, he is not very learned scholar. So I asked him, where is Krishna? He immediately said, disciplining personality of God. That is Jnana Vairagya, result. Brahmanam Janmanam Jnanamanam Pramudati. He has already got the knowledge. What he has to learn is, after many births, a child, a boy has already learned. Here is the book. He says, supreme personality of God. Then what is that? Similarly, instead of endeavoring Jnana and Vairagya artificially, you accept what Krishna says. Immediately becomes Jnana and Vairagya. Immediately. The Krishna consciousness movement is so nice that even a child can be on the highest position of Jnana and Vairagya. If he takes the word of Krishna by association, good association, Sangha Sanjayate Kama. So this Krishna consciousness movement is meant for giving chance to people to take the advantage of association of Jnani and Vairagya. Not fools and rascals, but Jnani and Vairagya. Jnana Vairagya Jukte. Bhakti Juktena, Chakmana. And then what is there? Paripasati Udasinam Prakiti. Prakiti cha tato jasam. Now Prakriti has no more any influence. No more attraction for cinema. No more attraction for cigarette. You see practically. These are young men from Europe and America. Because they have taken to Krishna consciousness, they have no more any attraction for meat eating, cigarette or cinema. No. This is called Vairagya. How they attain this Vairagya? Only for this Bhakti. Bhakti Jukti. So, the real purpose of life is to attain Jnana and Vairagya. This is the meant for human life. Because we are suffering in this material condition on account of ignorance. No care. I am not this body, but I am thinking I am this body. I am American. I am not actually so. I am thinking I am American. I am in Pakistan. I am in Hindustan. I am fighting. This whole world is going on this Ajnana. Because I am not this body, but the whole world is being conducted. This Ajnana. There is no Vairagya, very much attached. The so-called family, society, love, and everything will be finished as soon as the body is finished. No more love, no more family, no more attraction. So, this is going on. A gap and attachment. More illusion. Adagya kshetra sutaku vittai janasya mohoyam ahamameti. So, this ahamameti, this is agya. So, when one is jnani, then this influence of material nature, ahamameti, will be reduced to me. That is to say. Prakriti cha hatojasa. Now, no more Prakriti can disillusioned me. That I am this body, and in body limitation, everything is mine. This ajnana, ignorance, is immediately mitigated and it becomes free. Brahma Bhuta Prasanna. That I do not belong to all these things, why I am falsely inclined to all these things. So it will come. How? The Bhakti Yukti. If you take to Bhakti Yoga, this thing of Vasudevi Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Prerita Jananati Asu Vairagam Jnanancha. How to become so powerful Jnani? And it is very difficult to understand how a small boy and he is saying Krishna, the Supreme Personality. Not only he is a small child. There is another small child, only 5 years old. He goes to preach. You know what is Krishna? And somebody says, no, I do not. The Supreme Personality. Anywhere else he has learned. That is there. But that is a fact. I may not know to analyze what is fire. But my father has said this is fire, don't touch it, it will burn. So that's all right, he may be child, but he has got the real knowledge. Similarly, by hearing process, Sutta Parampara, Evam Parampara Praptam Yamarajasayami. If you go to the process of disciple succession, hearing from the authorities, you may be fool, I may be fool, but because I am hearing from the authority, my knowledge is perfect. My knowledge is perfect. Just like I may be imperfect. I don't say that I am perfect, but I am speaking to the whole world. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of God. The same thing, as the child says, as the boy says, I am also saying the same thing. But it is becoming effective, because this is the fact. This is the fact. I don't make any miracles or create any gold or this or that. No, these boys and girls, they are captivated to me, not by miracles, but by chanting Hare Krishna. Because this is the fact. So, Krishna consciousness is not very difficult thing. You try to understand Krishna, Janma Karma Me Dibbam, Jujanati Tattva, Tafta Deham Punar Janma Naiti. This is the effect. If you simply try to understand Krishna, by his Krishna consciousness movement, you can understand by chanting only Hare Krishna mantra. But if you think yourself that you are very learned scholar, scientist and philosopher, we have got dozens of books like this we have read. And try to understand Krishna. Simply by understanding Krishna, you will be successful in your life. Thank you very much.
Krishna Mataji, stop Zoom call now.